I am 87 years old, and I have a confession. For 50 years I slept next to a woman, and I felt completely alone. You see, I made a mistake that you are making right now. You are scrolling. You are looking for that spark. You are looking for the person who makes your heart beat fast. I am here to tell you that heartbeat is a warning. There is a biological trap inside your brain. It tricks you into marrying the wrong person. It feels like love, but in 3 years it turns into resentment. I found the cure. I found the one thing that actually keeps a marriage alive when the love dies. But I found it too late. If you want to know what it is, if you want to save yourself from waking up at 87 filled with regret, put your phone down and listen. Because I am not just telling you a story, I am giving you a warning. When I was 25, I thought I knew everything. I met a girl. She was beautiful. When she walked into the room, my heart hammered against my ribs. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I thought, this is it. This is the meaning of life. We mistake anxiety for passion. We mistake adrenaline for connection. You see, young man, nature has a trick. It is a biological trick. Your brain floods with chemicals. Dopamine, oxytocin. It blinds you. It is nature's way of getting you to reproduce before you realize how hard life actually is. That feeling, that in-love feeling, it has an expiration date. Scientists say it lasts about 18 months to 3 years. Then the fog clears. I remember the morning the fog cleared for me. We had been married 2 years. I looked across the breakfast table. The adrenaline was gone. The mystery was gone. I saw a human being, flawed, irritating, chewing loudly, and I felt empty. I panicked. I thought, I have made a mistake. The love is gone. I see so many of you doing this. You get into a relationship, the chemicals fade, and you break up. You say the spark is dead. You go looking for the next high. You are addicts. You are not looking for a wife. You are looking for a drug. I spent the first 10 years of my marriage trying to get that high back. I was resentful. I was angry. I thought she had changed. She hadn't changed. I just finally saw her. The ancient Stoics, they knew this. Seneca said that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. My imagination told me marriage was supposed to be endless passion. The reality was bills, a leaking roof, a sick child, fatigue. If you marry for the high, you will end up divorced. Or worse, you will end up married sitting in the same room but feeling completely alone. Don't marry the person who makes you feel like you are on a roller coaster. Roller coasters are fun for 3 minutes. You cannot live on one. You will get sick. So, if the spark dies, what remains? What is the concrete foundation that holds the building up when the wind screams? Over 87 years, I have learned there are things more valuable than love. Instead of love, look for these 4 things. First, marry for conflict resolution. It sounds boring, but it will save your life. How do they fight? When you are dating, everything is easy, but watch them when they are angry. Do they attack your character? Do they shut down? If you marry a person who needs to win every argument, you will lose. Marry the person who can sit in the discomfort with you. That is not love, that is skill. Second, marry for shared values, not shared hobbies. You both like the same movies, it doesn't matter. When you are 80, you cannot do those things. What matters is your view of the world. What is money for? What is loyalty? If your values are different, your marriage is a car with the wheels turning in opposite directions. You will tear the chassis apart. Third, marry for respect. Love fluctuates, but respect is constant. There will be days you do not love your spouse. On those days, respect is the only thing that keeps you from saying words you cannot take back. If you only have lust, once the body ages, and look at me, it will age, you will have nothing. And finally, marry for the foxhole. Life is a war against sickness and tragedy. Who do you want in the foxhole with you? Not the person who is fun at parties, but the person who can stand in the mud, in the rain, holding the flashlight while you change the tire in the dark. Marry the person you would trust with your life if you were in a coma. You are terrified of boredom, I know you are, but let me tell you, a good marriage is mostly boring, and that is a beautiful thing. Real love is not fireworks. Real love is quiet. It is a Tuesday night, reading a book while she does a crossword puzzle. No one is speaking, and you are completely content. We call this companionate love. The Greeks called it philia, the love of deep friendship. Marry your best friend. Sex becomes a chore. Beauty fades. My skin looks like paper now, but we could laugh. We had a language that only we understood. When you marry for the spark, you are marrying a stranger. When you marry for friendship, you are marrying a witness. Someone to say, I saw you when you were young, and I see you now, and you matter. Don't marry for the highlight reel. Marry for the behind the scenes. I want to tell you about the end. When my wife was dying, the room was very small. We didn't talk about romantic vacations. She squeezed my hand and said, "Thank you for staying." That was it. Staying. Don't marry for love. Marry for the capacity to stay. Marry for endurance. Love is a feeling, but staying is a choice. A feeling cannot scrub the floors or pay the mortgage. Commitment does those things. If I could go back to my 20-year-old self, I would say, boy, stop looking for the girl who makes your heart race. Look for the girl who calms your heart down. Peace. That is the goal. Not passion. Peace. If she brings you peace, keep her. Fight for her. Because one day the chair across from you will be empty, and all you will have is the memory of how you treated her. Make sure it is a memory you can live with. I am tired now. If you are young and lost, join us here. Subscribe. Do it for your future self, so you don't end up sitting in a chair like this, wishing you had